6:52, time for the morning sprint.
The state baseball tournament wrapping up with some local teams winning big this year. The Milton Redhawks making it to the tournament for the first time. They made it all the way to the championship, becoming the Division I state champs. Jefferson playing Denmark for the second year in the second division. Ultimately, though, they lost. They came in second. Still a big deal. Congrats to them. And in the D3 championship, Cuba City coming away victorious after making it to the tournament for the first time since 1955.
Congratulations. 2 men charged in connection with a January robbery that led to a shootout with Madison police are now headed to trial. Prosecutors say 24-year-olds Singleton Smith Harston and Cameron Smith robbed a convenience store in January. Smith was later arrested. Officers say that Smith Harston tried running from police. Police say that he fired shots at officers who then returned fire. Smith Harston was arrested shortly after.
Happening today, looking forward to Sunday, the governor will be raising the Juneteenth flag above the Capitol. This marks the 3rd year that Evers will raise it. He'll be joined by other lawmakers and the Wisconsin Legislative Black Caucus. That's happening at 12:30.
A train and a piece of construction equipment collided in McFarland yesterday afternoon. It caused some traffic delays. It happened right on the tracks near Taylor Road just before 1 o'clock. No injuries were reported.
A major turnaround on Wall Street after making gains earlier this week. Stocks tumbling yesterday. The Dow closed more than 700 points, hitting its lowest level in a year. Investors are worried the Federal Reserve's newest interest rate hike could send the economy into a recession. After years of plans, the first Great Lakes cruise ship arrived in Green Bay this week. The Ocean Navigator docked early yesterday. It'll be leaving town today. The 290-foot ship is currently on a 16-day excursion around the Great Lakes. Tickets started at $6,300 for the more than 100 passengers on board.
The FDA is set to return to Abbotts' Michigan baby formula plant today after severe storms and flooding forced the company to shut it down. The factory had resumed operations there less than 2 weeks ago after a contamination issue halted production for months. The White House says the FDA's visit to the facility is to ensure that when Abbott is ready, it can start to produce safe and quality formula.
New video showing a rescue at sea. Fellow boaters helping to rescue 11 people after a boat capsized just east of Tampa Bay. The boat overturned and started sinking when law enforcement arrived on scene. A nearby boat was already there, lifting victims on board. 2 of the 11 had to be taken to the hospital, but they're all expected to be okay.
The World Cup is coming to North America. FIFA announcing 16 cities in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada have been chosen to host matches in 2026. The 3 nations agreed that the World Cup final be held in the U.S. too. The closest city that we can catch a match is going to be Kansas City. After that, it's a toss-up between Atlanta or crossing the border to Toronto.
Tesla is again raising prices for all its car models in the U.S. in response to persistent global supply chain problems and soaring raw material costs. The electric car maker increased its Model Y long-range price to $66,000, used to cost $63,000. The 5% price hike comes as costs of raw materials for from aluminum to lithium used in cars and batteries surge.
And wrapping things up for us, folks, as we get into our holiday weekend, well, things are going to be relatively quiet and pretty comfortable. We're going to see those quiet conditions throughout the next few days. Some areas may see a spot of shower late Sunday, but aside from that, we're going to be dry throughout much of Wisconsin through Father's Day. Now, it's going to be warm next week, folks, so enjoy the weekend while we have it, because once we get into next week, we're back into some 90s, and the humidity will be pushing our heat indices back to some really high temperatures, guys.
All right, Julian, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us this week, folks. Have a great Father's Day weekend. We'll see you back here Monday.